I'm feeling good.
What happened?
There was this kid, before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our tent at track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive at track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, "You need to move." And he's like, "Make me move." Also grabbed his backpack.
All the rain. We come back, we sit down, and this kid said something behind me. I've never met this kid in my entire life, never knew who he was. Said something just inappropriate and uncalled for, and I turned around and asked him who he was. He started getting really aggressive. And this kid said something behind me. I've never met this kid in my entire life, never knew who he was. Said something just inappropriate and uncalled for. And
I don't know where you stand at on the whole Hunter Karmelo issue. Most of y'all made it about race. When it's not about race, it's about who's right and who's wrong. I'm not gonna keep going over the story 100 times like everyone else, because once all the facts come out, you're gonna see that Austin was in the wrong. Did he deserve to get unalived over it? Maybe not, but he was in the wrong. But I know the law does state that if you're in the commission of a crime and someone loses their life, the surviving person who was in the commission of the crime with that person is charged with the death. So Hunter, his brother, needs to be charged with Austin's death, because Hunter and Austin was in the commission of a crime, possibly a felony. They was robbing him when they took his property, and then they assaulted him, and that led to the unaliving of Austin, while Hunter is very much lying in the details of what happened because he's trying to protect himself and the image of Austin. But the cry should be, instead of arrest Karmelo, it should be arrest Hunter.
This is white people's George Floyd, by the way. Austin Metcalf is white people's George Floyd. He really died of a fentanyl overdose because the autopsy said he had fentanyl in the system. Steroid use. He was just cycling off because he's off of football, but during football season, Austin is steroiding up, buddies. His dad said they excelled in every sport. So with their physical abilities and capabilities and strength, based on what they teach you in the license to carry classes, the CATL gun classes, anybody bigger than you can boom, 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 boom. Body size is a form of a weapon under the law. They were two extremely big guys who were, nigga, go in the bedroom with your sister and your girl then. They're two bigger guys who are trained and skilled in mixed martial arts, jiu-jitsu, that can severely hurt you and kill you.
He is one of the most outstanding. Him and his brother both have been athletes all their lives, from soccer to baseball to jiu-jitsu to jiu-jitsu to jiu-jitsu to jiu-jitsu to football. They did it all, and they excelled every time. And I told them, you guys are so lucky, because not everyone has your talent, but you have to make sure you take that talent and harness it in the right way. And Austin was able to harness many things in his life.
Steroids, fentanyl, anger issues, abusive dad. You bring that trauma to school with you. You take it out on the football field, but you have a reputation of bullying people from, I think, about the 4th grade, these Austin twin brothers. So you can't just fight one, you have to fight two. That's why this is a package deal. So 2 men approach you, bigger than size. You mean to tell me you don't have the right to defend yourself? This is a George Floyd. The autopsy said he has fentanyl in the system. So another lie that they said, he brought the knife to school. He didn't have a knife. He had a Boy Scouts aid tool. Well, what's on that tool? They have 12 different components. You lift this one up, it may be a bottle opener. You lift this one up, it may be a screwdriver. And they're about this small. They're smaller than 3 inches. It was so small, you don't even see it when they take the picture next to the body because it laid next to the body right by the backpack. Sarah fails. Oh, they didn't know a nigga can do due diligence work like this. Oh, they didn't know a nigga can do it due diligence. I went to Texas Western. They taught me how to research. They taught me how to go into the library databases and pull up other articles and things like that and go get the court pay. I know how to do what you do, Sarah. I just play an ignorant nigga online because it pays much more than what you make. I get 10,000 interviews, so I pay a crazy nigga online. Then I come offline and be a great dad. See, my daughter just walked by right there. So my daughter just graduated high school last year. She's waiting to go to college. So while she's waiting to go to college, I put her in Paul Mitchell Beauty School. She just graduated that the other day. That's why she waits to go to college. But listen to me, right? So he didn't have a knife. It was a Boy Scout tool that most white people give their elementary kids. You lift it this way, you lift it this way, about 12 items on there. A knife just so happens to be on there. I think even a fingernail file is on there. The knife was so small, it did not penetrate his heart. It was too small. It was a little small knife. They're not telling us this. And they tricked me, and they had me going against a good kid. They really had me going against a good kid, so I'm fucked up about this, my white Republican friends. I'm fucked up. This is what the Democrats did to the poor niggas with the rappers and the, come on, y'all are doing to, come on, you're gonna do what the Democrats are doing to the blacks? Just give us the truth. We're smart enough conservative. And by the way, my voting record is all conservative. Mike Wallace, you name it. Mona Bailey, me and Mona Bailey. Shelley Pritchard, Jen Hall, I know all of them. Tarrant County GOP Republican Party, I know all of them. All of them. Sarah, I'm in the loop. I mean, I know about you too. Meth whore, I'm in the loop. Or tore him to shreds in front of those other girls that he can't fuck. The white girls starting to like this guy. And you know what all of this started from, right? They all went swimming one time at a party somewhere, at a house party. Karmelo Anthony jumped in the pool. He gets out of the pool, he got a big print. And the girls in the school start talking about he has a big print. Words gets out in school, new black guy from wherever he comes from, kind of handsome, braces, lives out here with us, has a big print. Word gets out. I swear to God, that's what this is about. I honest to God truth. Honest to God truth. They all at a pool party. He don't know the guys. He know the baboon. The baboon is a mixed kid. He connect with the new black kid, but he's cool with the white bullies. They smoke weed, they do fentanyl, they pop pills, they do ecstasy. So these are party kids. Karmelo's not a party kid. That's why he died with fentanyl in his system at a track event. They're not asking, why did he bring a knife to school? Because he got kids walking around in school on fentanyl, fuckers. Athletes. High-power athletes on fentanyl at school with kids with sober mind. I need something to defend myself if he gets angry. Come on, people, come on. Let me stick them. Okay, so he rescues a kid a year later. Soon as he gets to an adult and get this situation, first thing he shows is compassion, concern, and empathy for the assailant because he's not a victim. Austin is not a victim, he's an assailant. His brother should be charged with his death as well because anytime you commit a crime and someone dies in the commission of a crime, the brothers should be charged because they was committing the crime. No matter how small the crime is. They went to go commit a crime against a black kid and his brother died. The brother should be charged with something, Sarah. So check it out. So he gets arrested. Every adult in this situation, before this kid was ever even booked in jail, from the police to everybody, had tears in their eyes. They were crying. They were crying because they know this is a good kid. He didn't mean to kill nobody. Man, this is not negligent homicide. Man, this is self-defense. But because we're in an all-white county and everybody in Tarrant County, Dallas, everybody knows if you go to Collin County, niggas white people. I've worked out there. Fentanyl Metcalf, him and his twin brother, a well-trained expert in jiu-jitsu. Oh, y'all didn't know that? Look it up, document it. I swear to God, well-trained experts, and they are the size of real NFL players. Karmelo, little old frail, skinny black kid, small little motherfucker. But these guys are some white boy giants, and they're trained, almost experts in jiu-jitsu. Austin has so much anger and rage in him, he can't control his temper. He broke his dad's shoulder, dislocated that motherfucker, tore his ligaments. If you think I'm lying, there's a public interview of the dad admitting to it that Austin broke his shoulder, so he's dangerous. Oh, somebody's reporting my video. Oh, so y'all screen record this and get the truth out. They're trying to stop it. Sarah J. Fields is trying to stop this, and all those white people in Collin County. You can't stop the truth, white people. Y'all had y'all day. You better quit picking on your niggas, because you got China, Russia, North Korea, and y'all let all these people in. America don't belong to y'all no more. It belongs to the immigrants and the foreigners and the young and the brave. Young black children like Karmelo Anthony that'll do something to a white boy that's fucking with him. No matter where they at, school, the bathroom, church, or anything. If we would have had at least one Karmelo Anthony, when that little white kid went inside the church and shot all those black people praying, all we needed was one Karmelo Anthony. He would have saved the day. This kid's born, so they sacrificed a black lady. Oh, this gets deep, people. This gets really deep. They sacrificed a good black woman who has integrity and dignity and criminal standards. They sacrificed her. They knew she would do the right thing. She was gonna lower the bond. They couldn't let a white person take this hit. So they put the black woman out there, and now the white people, Sarah Fields and all the white people, have put their hoods on by way of metaverse. They got their Ku Klux Klan hoods on in metaverse, and they're releasing the judge's information. Now this judge has a daughter. They're releasing Karmelo Anthony's family. So all these white people who own guns, who are second right amendments, who vote for Trump, are now threatening this black family who has a daughter and other daughters, and this other black judge who's a legal law-abiding judge who they voted. They voted this one. Now they're threatening her. They're threatening her life. So ironically, on the same day, the judge had to move to a new location. She now has to have 24-hour security. The Karmelo Anthony family have moved at least 4 times. So as they're moving, Sarah is putting out false information saying they're buying new houses. No, Sarah, they're running from your threats and Jeff showing up at this man's job. So now this man can't even work in Texas because they keep showing up at the job. He's a car salesman. He's a car salesman. So Jeff and everybody keep showing. So man, they're putting me in. Come on now. If it were me, I would unalive one of y'all showing up at my job. I would show up at Jeff's ex-wife house. I would cause pain, unbearable pain, if you done me like that. Yeah, you done me like that. Yeah. I all white though. Innocent. I would do what Dylan Roof did. I would find that Frisco church. If white people did me like that, I would throw my life into the river. But I would do it like Dylan Roof did. Sarah is getting all this information, and she's coming to misconstrue the information, and she's giving out misinformation and false information. Number one, the family has not touched the GoFundMe money. GoFundMe froze the money because the lawyers are trying to get the money. The lawyers are trying to get the money, not the family. It's the lawyers. The first group of people came through with civil rights lawyers trying to play for a civil rights lawsuit as if this was a police shooting. That's why they went with the race card. Biggest mistake they could have made. First mistake I told them they made, playing a race card. Now the white people was waiting for black people to play the race card. Now they're playing the race card in ways that we can't see. It's called racism. It's hidden in the fabrics. It's embedded in the fabrics of the design of America. So it's not blatant. You can't see it. It's hidden. Like somebody in Collin County courts who has a job to feed their family are releasing private information to a known, not a law enforcement, which is 𝒲𝒏 J. Fields. That's the first mistakes that's happening in this case. These are adults that's doing this. These are not, this was a children's problem, a children's issue. The adults have gotten in and made it hateful, ugly, and racist. This is a good kid that I'm advocating for. I have the facts of the case. They have the video out, so that's why they're not promoting the video. That's why they're not telling you that this kid was very empathetic and not sympathetic, empathetic and remorseful. Is he okay? I never asked if my victim was okay. I watched him die. So you got people like Sarah Fields she just got a woman fired who worked for the Collin County Criminal Courts, who was releasing all the paperwork and information. So there's an indictment that was released. 𝒲𝒏 J. Fields had the indictment before the police did. So we have a paper where Sarah released the indictment a day before it was released. Then she released it earlier that day, and then went back and bought it later that day. Sarah, you know the digital stamp showed your hand. That's why the woman got in trouble. Not only that, the people from the criminal courts is releasing all the information of Sarah Fields because she's claiming she's a bully. She's a precinct chair. She can get you unelected with her voice. Okay, she got a platform to do that. Right is right, wrong is wrong. That's why I don't believe in karma, because white people do so wrong, and I never see white people get karma for nothing. Slavery, nothing. I never see white people get karma, so I don't believe in karma. Because when I look at white people, they never get karma, especially white people like Sarah. 𝒲𝒏ℋ Maybe Austin is your karma for raising him in such a violent household, beating his mom, and he come outside and beat other children with those expert skills you trained him to have, so he can be dominant over other people, is what they said. You wanted him to be dominant over other people. That's why you always brag about his physical abilities, not his academic talents. Fucker. But listen, but hear me out. So Sarah and them is getting all this information from the courts. This is the new Jim Crow, guys. This is the new Jim Crow. So I would advise any and everybody to go read the book, The New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander. It highlights and talks about these things. Dr. King got them to take the signs down, but he didn't get them to change their hearts and their minds. They just took the signs down, took the robes off, and renamed their positions. Precinct chairs rather than Ku Klux Klan leaders. There are things that I can't speak about, but when it come out in court, I bet my life this kid get off. I put my life he get off. How confident I am in the facts and the truth. Sarah, you can't beat the truth with lies and deceit, because the Bible y'all gave to the slaves. The Bible y'all gave to the slaves says, God says, in spirit and in truth. You can't be deceitful and be in the spirit of God. You can't tell lies and stand on the truth. That's why I don't lose. Because when I'm wrong, I come say, man, I'm wrong with a motherfucker. I'm wrong. I don't ever want to be like white people, knowing I'm wrong, but acting like I'm right. Beat me. I've been beating white people all my life. But listen to me. So in this video, I'm gonna call Karmelo Anthony a hero. Because most children who get bullied, white kids anyway, shoot up the school. And white people come and say, hey, he's been fucked by his dad and he has mental issues, and they claim mental health when it's a white kid slaughtering a bunch of children. But here we are, we have a black kid that put the fire out of one bully. Now, I just want to remind America, you have a Stop the Bullying campaign for children. You have a cyberbullying issues and policies that grown folks like to report on other grown folks. So you mean to tell me if two big black niggers walk up to a white man, and they're really big black guys, super big and super black, big black niggers, hey, you need to get from up under here. And he's amongst his friends, minding his business. One white guy standing right here. One black guy standing right here. I want to paint this picture. This was a black guy doing this to a white guy. You got a black guy to your right. He's a big nigger. You You got a black guy, he's a bigger nigger to your left. The bigger nigger's angry and aggressive. Yeah, he's roaring like a lion. Roar. The other bigger nigger beating on his chest like a gorilla. Well, you need to move. I don't even know y'all. Why y'all fucking with me? Gorilla and lion? Why, I'm just a sheep. A little small sheep. And I'm new to the area. Now, silverback gorilla, I'm a sheep. I'm here with your baboon friend. Now I'm with a baboon. The baboon is a little cuter than the gorilla. The baboon and the gorilla girl don't want to get a lioness, but he wants. Here I am, a sheep. The gorilla women want to give me. I'm a sheep though, but I'm with the baboon. The gorillas, the monkeys, the orangutans, they all like this handsome baboon. He's a mulatto kid. I'm a full sheep. I'm a full motherfucking sheep amongst these gorillas. All these monkeys and gorillas. I'm just a little white sheep. Bad. Bad. And these gorillas and lions is barking in this jungle at me. And I'm new to the jungle. I come out the zoo. I ain't been out in this motherfucking jungle. I come out the zoo. I don't know nothing about how to survive with these animals. So goddamn it, the gorilla hit on his chest, say move. I look at the baboon, say something smart to the lion. I'm not moving. The lion said, I'll make you move and try to take my stuff. I'm a sheep. I'm scared. Now let's stop right there, boys and girls. Stop right there. They had me to believe, based on Sarah and all my Republican friends and the white media, and even some black people, they had me to believe that Karmelo Anthony woke up that morning and took a knife to school with the intention on defending himself from a bully. If that was the case, he's dead wrong, and that's what I believe. So I was adamant about, no, he took a knife to school. That's premeditated. You cannot be in fear and in danger and not tell nobody and take a weapon with the anticipation of hurting. You can't do that. You surely can't do it to the school. And I'm going to tell you one of the reasons how you can prove he didn't bring a knife to school. They didn't charge him with a weapon. They would have stacked those charges on him had he brought the knife to school. And the police did not charge him with having a weapon on school grounds, which is a federal law and a state law. They would stack that on top of the murder rather than enhancing the charges. Come on, Sarah, I went to Texas Wesleyan now. Austin Metcalf was full of steroids. So he was on roid rage. These guys was known local bully terrorists to the white community and to any new black kid that moved into the community. No, stop lying. Ask the children. See, right now, it's all adults online talking. You don't hear the kids saying anything. But if you talk to the kids, and we've done a qualitative study, all the kids, including white children, are saying these twins were bully boys. Even the father said that Austin was so good in jiu-jitsu, he broke his dad's own shoulder. Dad used to beat mom. So Austin and his twin brother were violent bullies who grew up in an abusive household with a drunken father who used to beat the mother. That's why you've never seen the mother and father stand together. Not once. The dad wasn't even involved in their life. So he's full of shit. The dad is full of shit. He wasn't even involved in their life. He's just trying to get the glory. And the mom clearly makes it know, that's not my husband. He should beat mom. So, Austin and his twin brother used to go outside and take their displaced anger out on other children in jiu-jitsu and football. They was violent, aggressive bullies who was high on drugs. Even an autopsy report says that Austin Metcalf had fentanyl in his system. He really died of fentanyl like George Floyd.
This is their George Floyd, and they don't want to admit it. He died of fentanyl. Fentanyl overdose. Let's talk about fentanyl. Who stole the kids the fentanyl? Austin Metcalf died of a fentanyl overdose. The knife was too small. And by the way, Karmelo did not take a knife to school. That's why the police did not charge him with a knife. If he brought a weapon to school, he would have been charged. What happened to him? If he would have brought a knife to school, he would have been charged with a knife. So he didn't bring a knife to school. It was the same thing that white people give their children. It's a little bitty mechanism that Boy Scouts use. So if you open up this Boy Scout, it has 12 little different gadgets on it. It has fingernail clippers, it has some scissors, and everything's about this small. It has a screwdriver, a bottle opener. So that's what he had, right? So it wasn't a knife. That's why he didn't get charged with a knife, and he didn't bring it to school. It wasn't considered a weapon. It was so small, it was right next to the body. They took a picture of it. But it was so small, it was covered up by the backpack. Sarah J. Fields and white people are releasing false information, misinformation, wrong information. They're just flat out lying on Karmelo Anthony. GoFundMe froze the money. So the family do not have access to the GoFundMe. They never had access to it. The lawyers created the GoFundMe. So it wasn't the family. The family was being preyed upon by black lawyers who were playing for the light in the money. So now all the lawyers is playing on the family for the GoFundMe money. The family do not have access. I've seen the video. And in this video, these two bully kids approach a kid that they don't know. Big body size. These are big white boys. The stand your ground law also covers size and weight. Body size, body weight. They was extremely larger, taller, bigger, and stronger than Karmelo with trained jiu-jitsu skills. So, it's all come out. If you watch the video, they cornered him. They boxed him in. Why do you think they're not promoting the video? They're releasing everything else. Why not they releasing the video? They're releasing everything else. They released an indictment to Sarah Field, a woman from Collin County Court. And just for the record, I've worked with Collin County criminal courts before. The judges know my name. So I have a strong voice in the court system in Collin County. It's documented. I worked on many cases in Collin County. So I have a trusted voice in Collin County. I have a trusted voice in Collin County. Highly respected by the people in the criminal court system. In enacting.
Let me call CJ.
So I'm willing to go to war behind Karmelo Anthony. I'm willing to go to war behind Karmelo Anthony. With whoever behind this kid. Great kid. He should have killed the other brother.